So I just talked to my neighbor. He has a collapsed water well he needed some help with. So we're gonna go and have a look on that, seeing what we can do. Yeah, this thing is really sinking. You can see the material is starting to go down. Can we stand down here? Oh yeah. Oh, this is totally collapsed. So you can see that this is an old, dug out well. Probably over 100 years old. And that they later drilled a steel pipe into to get even deeper. So yeah, this ground around here is starting to fall into that. Huh, you can see even the water pipe there is crushed that goes into the steel pipe. And this is falling apart. Let's have a look down there. So yeah, let's fix this thing. I think it's just a matter of time before the rest collapses here. he said I could take down that tree if I wanted to, but nah. I mean, it's a nice tree. Let's leave that. I'm just gonna go and get the chainsaw so I can trim that a little bit so it's not in the way, those branches there. Cable. Yep, can connect that later. There's just something fascinating about digging in something they dug like 100 years ago. Knowing they used 100% manpower when they dug this thing. There were no machines involved in that. That pipe though, that was a machine. So I asked Gramps about that. He thinks that pipe came there around in the 60s or 70s. You remember a big machine that was here and kind of knock that thing down. So what is the plan? Do we have a plan? We're gonna keep that drilled pipe and we're gonna fill this void here. But first we're gonna dig it up. You really need to watch your step while walking here. Just missed that, but that ring just fell. So the pump that's in that hole right now seems to be only held up by the electric cable. So I do want to try to save that. That last string, I only think it's hanging by the earth pressure and that pipe there. Nothing else is holding onto that. So I found the other part of the pressure switch here. That thing is deep. I don't really feel like going down in that hole. So I want to start off by saving the pump, get that off. Then finding some bucket or something in steel we can throw over that hole. We want to save that piping. That is what we're going to use. And when we've done that, we need to figure out where the line is going in. So the water line is going into that house. At what depth that thing is going. So I found this steel pipe going here. But I think that is some old electric cable that's gone in that. There's nothing in that now. Could also be an old water line. Not connected up. But yeah, shall we try to rip up that pump? Okay, so we saved the most expensive part at least. That's the pump. So I started to believe that the water was connected to this steel pipe coming in there. The height is kind of normal for digging down. So let's see what kind of pump this is. SQ255. So this is a rather expensive pump, so luckily we could save that. So I'm gonna leave it to the side here. Gonna have a better look at that later on. I think this pipe might actually fit in there. So this should go over the other pipe. Let's take that. We're just gonna weld something on top there to keep it sealed. So what if we just put this onto the pipe, spot weld that? We might as well throw this there. In case this is getting really stuck, we can use this to just pull it up. It's gonna do what it's supposed to. Just keep dirt out of the well. That's perfect. So my plan I'm having now is that I'm gonna leave it like this for now, and we're gonna head into town seeing if we can find another pipe. So I'm gonna leave this for now. If it collapses, it's gonna collapse, but it's not gonna go down the hole now. And I'm also gonna get the rotor for the excavator there, so we can shave off a little bit here, just so it's safe being down there. I called the guy in the company that drilled my well in a previous video. But the problem was that he said take something with you to get these off. But yeah, I totally forgot about that. You think the knife is gonna work for that? The latest. Oh yes. I need a bigger rock. No. So while we're in town, we're just gonna make another quick pit stop here. So I'm gonna need to change the hydraulic connection in this. So this doesn't fit the excavator. I changed those in the winter. Gonna replace that. So change that for this. Okay, so now we got new connectors to this. So that thing can be stored like that, so it doesn't get dirt in the connections. So hopefully it stops raining soon. That hole is not gonna hold up. So the hole is still intact. Hasn't been raining that much, just came now. But my plan now is we're gonna shave off some material here so we can work there safely. And I gotta save this electric cable. We're gonna try and dig that up. After we shaved off some material, we're gonna try and find out where the pipe is going into that house. And the electric. That is what we're gonna save. Then we're gonna start filling that. Alright, so the rain came back. Still kind of let it rain. Alright, so now I would say it's much more safe being down here now. At least here. Now it's not really any worries about that. I wouldn't go down there though, but we're not gonna. So I went and got the grinder, the coffee at Graham's. He also made waffles, so that was good. With some cloudberries. Yeah, it's been raining for a while now, and you can see it's starting to collapse a little bit there. Apparently the rain man updated the weather. It's gonna rain for like 4 more hours. It's not that bad right now though, but it looks to be worse in a bit. So yeah, it's not that we can't work. Just since it's raining, it's unstable condition, I would say. That's how it's connected. So this hose was going down to the well, and that is going in. I thought it was a plastic hose going hopefully inside of this. It's not. So this thing is threaded. Is that a galvanized pipe or is it just a normal steel pipe? Oh, well, that is not the best condition. So this has been bent. What if we cut this off here, seeing what thread it is? Maybe we can find some threading tool for that. I would like to save this cable also. Oh, they have a pressure switch here. Okay. That's how it's been connected. So it is possible to bend this pipe up. Wonder where this is even sitting. It's so loose. Is that not even stuck in whatever that thing is? It feels like it's not worth the trouble retreading this pipe. I mean, it's bent here, but it's not really damaged as far as I can see. Yeah, but it's still so loose. It's like it's free from some coupler. I mean, it's coming if you pull that. So that electric pipe is stuck somewhere there. This thing is not needed though, so we're just gonna cut that off. Get this off. So that cable I was cutting off, that was coming here. That was coming from that. Got stuck somewhere there, and it was going to the pressure switch. From the pressure switch, that blue cable was going for the pump. So nothing in the hole is anything we're gonna need. So the only thing we are in need of now is that pipe that's gonna get welded, and that is the incoming power for the pump. So yeah, this thing can collapse if it feels like doing that now. But I'm still a little bit skeptical about this pipe. It feels so loose. All right. That is stuck there now. And it's all welded round now. So the plan now is to fill this as far as possible around here. There's no need having anything here open now. It's just risk for cavings having it like that. Let's have a last look if you find something interesting in there. There's a lot of voids there. Oh well. I think I felt the connector there. Yeah, that is really loose now. Oh, there that goes. That is so loose now. I'm kind of far in there. Oh yeah, this is definitely off. Ah, good thing we checked. That is a lot of sediment in this pipe. Must have been blocking the flow. Yeah, we don't have any pipe to connect to. I think we're gonna leave where this pipe was coming from, so we know the direction if this collapses. Here we got that connector. This feels also rather loose in the pipe there. I don't think it's pulled this. Oh, maybe it has. Oh, look at that. Yes. Oh, it's a plastic hose. That was good news. This was really good news. Oh, I understand why it's springy then. Ah, couldn't wish for better news than that. Look at the wall thickness on this. You can drive over this with the truck without that thing is getting squeezed together. So this is a 40mm pipe, and we're gonna need to convert that to 32mm. Everything else is 32mm, so we're gonna see if we can find a connector like that. So we're gonna head into town, searching for some connectors we're gonna need. But before heading into town, let's measure how deep this thing is, so we actually have water in it. It would be a shame if it was like this much water in that. There is water. So we gotta put a little knot here so we know where the water was. Okay, water is there. Oh, it's still going there. So bottom is there. This thing is not deep. So total depth from ground level is 7 meters and 45 centimeters. The water level was this much. So there were almost 3 meters of that pipe filled with water. So it's not really much, I would say. I believe it's fine for the usage they're gonna do here. So nowadays this is only a summer house. So it's probably just for toilet and washing stuff. Smaller, thanks. So I had the local dealer dropping off the conversion coupling I gotta need. This is what we're gonna need. This is going from 40 to 32mm. That's gonna be perfect. So I'm kind of curious seeing what's inside this well. We got light on. Did we see anything there? I believe the water was a little bit too murky to see anything there. I should really buy one of those cable fed cameras so you can see at the same time as you're doing it. Alright, let's continue working here. So we're gonna put a pitless adapter there, and then we're gonna go and see if the pump works. This part is going inside out. Good thing making sure so this thing doesn't slide so easy, so you drop that, but this is stuck there, I think. Oh, come on! Is that too short? It's just too short. Oh. I think I can get it in here, so. That. Get this back. This thing is not really that sharp anymore. So we're still going to be able to use this cable. A lot of this is undamaged. So you can see here how this was connected. So that is connected to a pressure switch that was down in the well there. So that means that that well had constant power going down there. It's not really a preferable solution, but this works. I'm just gonna make sure so the cover isn't damaged here. Okay, so that part is bad. Shows 2 ohms. And that is 2 ohms. Yep, that cable is good. This thing is everything but sharp. So this drinking hose is going first. Those are going on there. Let's mark the middle there, so we know that. All right, that is half. So that has cooled enough now, so yeah, this is watertight. That is filled with glue, so that is pressed out. So I'm on my way to town. I gotta see if we can find a pressure switch. We're gonna need to buy that. We also gotta see if we can find an inspection camera. So I've started to analyze the footage I got from sinking the camera in the well there. And it looks like there is something there. I just want to make sure so the pipe hasn't collapsed in any way. So here we got a pressure switch that we gotta get. Let's take this cable also with us. Let's have a look. Quick look in the well before inserting the pump there. Alright, there we got the pitless adapter. And there the pipe is welded. Now we're in the old pipe. It's not much to see when we enter the water here. It's not really possible seeing anything down here. It's not possible to adjust the focus in this, it seems. So I can't really see anything down there. It's also kind of murky water. It was worth a try. So I've been thinking of buying something like this myself, but it's just that if you want really good picture quality and you want to be able to adjust the focus and stuff like that, they get rather expensive. So. So this is as far as it's gonna go down. My plan is we're gonna turn on power in this, flash it out, seeing how much water we can get out of this. It's a chocolate well. The color is starting to get a little bit better now. But there's a lot of sediment, so when you've been in the dirt there shoveling around. I'm leaving this for a few days to let everything settle. It's gonna solve that. Let's put the camera back down there. We're gonna see. So I'm gonna turn off the pump. Let's see how fast the water level is rising there. See how fast it is. So there is some water pressure there for sure. Alright, I gotta turn that on again. So the water line now is at the pump's intake. And so we're gonna measure how much that thing is pumping out, or how fast that hole is filling. So if this thing can take 16 liters. So this is the filling pressure in the hole. The water is starting to get clear. So I would say that is 16 liters. So 35 seconds to fill 16 liters. That's gonna be good. All right, let's keep on working here. So next step now is to mount this pressure switch. The thing was that previously this thing was mounted inside the well, and that is not a preferable area to mount something like this. It's gonna be moist, a lot of moist. You could see the rust on that old thing. So he actually replaced the one that was now connected like not even a year ago, I think he said. The problem is, I mean, normally you would like to have that inside, close to the pressure vessel, in an unmoist area, but that is not possible in this case. The thing is that there's a power cable coming from the house over the road that is going for that barn there and to this well. So it's just constant power, meaning that if we connect this now to the well, the pump is gonna run all the time. We don't want that. And I also talked to him, it's too much of a hassle digging a new cable into the house under the road. It's not worth it. So we're gonna install that back to this old line. The only thing now is that this thing has also been pulled when the well collapsed. That is not working at the moment. We're gonna need to dig that up, seeing where it's not working. But my plan now is, there's two options. One is that we could install this pressure switch to this pitless adapter that's gonna sit down there. We can just make a T going up and have that switch sitting here. It's possible. Downside with that is it's gonna be rather tight doing that inside of this pipe, and inside this pipe it's gonna be rather moist. So what I'm thinking is that I'm just gonna make a T fitting here. We're gonna put that there, and we're gonna run a pipe up to that level, and we're gonna have the switch there. Oh, it's in. So I'm gonna connect it to power again. Just gonna pressure test the connections I did here, and so there's nothing that leaks on the way before filling this again. It's coming. It's gonna blow out. There we go. I'm gonna seal it with this. Alright, we should have quite a pressure now. I don't see any leak, so the water is closed off where it goes in there in the house. this is the old cable that's been in the well. But yeah, I just gonna replace this entire cable. So the previous cable came in here and was connected into this outlet here, so I'm gonna leave it like that. So it's the next day now. We got like a monsoon rain coming down this night. So everything is really clayey here. We'll leave that now. Missing quite a lot of material to fill that now. So I'm gonna try sloping this, taking material from here to fill that. We're gonna see if that is enough. the best thing hauling gravel in this. I think we'll get stuck everywhere. Okay, let's get the last thing installed here. There's the power connection to the pressure switch. So let's get rid of that. The power switch. That's gonna sit here. Oh. This coupler here. Alright, so we're gonna need this going for pressure switch. And that is going to that. This is coming here. And this connection is coming here, but that thing is gonna be too high. I mean, the lid is gonna come in this level, so we're gonna need to cut that down. We'll have it like that. How is this good? Let's have it like this then. The power is coming in to this. Then we have this contact coming for the pump. So now if you want to lift off the pump in this, you can unscrew these two and lift that off. And now you can reach down to the pump there to lift it up. Or you can leave that on and just unscrew two screw here and lift this entire thing off. However you prefer. The last thing to do now is connect this cable. Last time I was in town, I tried to find caps for this when you pull out the cable, but I didn't find them. I'm just gonna use this insulation to cover it up so it doesn't get anything in this that shouldn't be there. Yes, this is a good use of a 3D printer. Still need to buy one. I haven't got that far yet. So we're gonna test this thing. So there's a power issue. Normally the power is coming from the house into this outlet here, but they did renew the main electric line coming into this village a while back, and they probably broken the cable going between the garage to the house here. So I'm not gonna bother digging close to the main electric. That is something the power company has to do. But yeah, this is ready to connect now. So my work is done. So let's connect this pump and see what happens. Something is sounding here. Right, so we got water. Can clean off this gravel a little bit. And it's escaping from there. So the pump is not running anymore. So this thing has shut that off. So the thing with this is that the power is coming into this. That thing is connected to the water here. So when the water pressure is reached, you can set the water pressure under this lid here. This thing is going to shut off. Then when you start using the water, it's going to use the set values. So when it goes below that value, this thing is going to kick on again, sending the power from this to this pump here. It's still a little brown, but I mean, give this a few days and let that well settle. This water is going to be crystal clear. Alright, so this works. So my neighbor wanted this concrete ring here as a protection for this, so you don't back that over or anything like that. And he's gonna buy a lid himself and place that there. So he is going to fix the rest here. He only uses this house in the summer, so the installation is only for summer use. Every season before the winter starts, he'd need to empty the system. And you just lift the lid there and put down that thing and lift the pump for a few seconds, let it drain, and put that back, and you're done. So we're gonna call it the quitzer. So Graham's called. He wants to go and pick some cloudberries, so we're gonna go and do that.